Hi, Gemini. Welcome back. Don't forget to click that like button. Now, Gemini, I am seeing here that you have gone through a lot in your life. There's this huge weight that is on you. And yes, you've been trying to work on healing and you have been working on your spiritual side and you've been really putting in a lot of effort. But that big rock is still on your shoulders. You're still carrying a lot on you. And Spirit wants you to know that it's okay. Your spirit team has been sent to you. It's okay to go ahead and allow yourself to breathe. You know, it looks like you got stuck. To what I could tell, it looks like you got stuck in survival mode. And now you don't know how to get out of survival mode. You don't know how to relax. There are things that you were supposed to do in your life, things that you were supposed to enjoy. These were gifts, like for instance, going camping, going to the river, going going skating, whatever it is, right? There were things that has been given to you as gifts that you were supposed to experience. Maybe going to climb a mountain, right? But you didn't get to do those things. There's a lot of things that you lost out on. You never got to experience because you've been stuck in survival mode. And it seems to have taken all of your life from you. You know, it's taken a huge part of yourself and your life because you have been so focused on this. And the thing is that, Spirit doesn't want you to just live, just to survive, but Spirit wants you to live, to actually live, to go outside and to experience things. The thing is if you don't start, like if you don't start to experience these things, and I'm talking about new things. This is specifically about new things. I'm not talking about things that you've already done. I'm talking about new things. You were meant to experience new things in life. It was supposed to be something that was going to encourage you, to stimulate you, to bring you these successes. You're supposed to triumph over things. And you have, don't get me wrong. Okay? Don't get me wrong. But you're not where you are supposed to be, Gemini. You're not at the level where you're supposed to be. You are supposed to be somewhere else. And you're not where you're supposed to be. But the time is coming. The time is now. Spirit is saying the time is now because you're going to be going through this beautiful transformation and it's coming really soon. Spirit has already sent all your ancestors to come and help you, to guide you, to be with you, to comfort you. So you're not alone because see, you already have so much already on you. You see, you have so much already on you that going through this transformation, it's a lot to go through. It is a lot. And the thing is I see here there's parts of you, or there has been parts of you that felt like you just wanted to quit. Like, why keep pushing forward? Why keep struggling? Trying to keep up. And the thing is that people around you, I'm hearing, don't even know how hard you struggled. Like people around you can't even understand how hard you have struggled because you have made it look so effortless. You have made it look as though it was so easy for you to get to where you are today. People think everything just comes to you so easily. You're just lucky. Things just turn out in your favor. They don't see all the work that you have put into things to get to where you are today because there's been times when you just felt like quitting, walking away, driving off in your car, just going anywhere else. Just like forget about all your responsibilities. And it's really because those responsibilities, and I'm talking about like maybe paying the rent or taking your pet to the vet or anything like that. Like it was because, all those responsibilities and carrying all these scars that you have on you, this whole thing that is weighing you down is a lot. It's too much. See, people don't even see that either. But even still, you make things look so easy. People don't know that you need help. They can't offer you help because they don't see that you need help because you look too well put together. And you keep it that way because you're a very strong person. See, but the thing is that the things that you try to hide from people around you, you can't hide it from spirit. And you definitely can't hide it from your ancestors. You see, because they see everything. They're there pushing you along. They're there to keep going. Because there is something here that you're meant to go through. There's something here that you're meant to do. And Spirit is going to be here with you, guiding you through each little success. Because it's going to be one success, another success. And it's going to be something that is just going to happen. Or it's going to appear like it just happened. But it's not. It's actually you. You're going to be working at these things. But you will be there, but Spirit will be there, and you will be there, and you're going to have these successes, one thing after another. But you got to start now. And the first thing you got to do is you have to start experiencing the things that you never got a chance to experience. Now is the time to start living, because those experiences that you were deprived of are very significant in what you're supposed to do in the future. You were meant to have those experiences so you can, I guess the word would be like transform it into what it is you're supposed to do in the future. So in my third eye, I'm seeing like maybe you were supposed to sing at a concert, right? Or you were supposed to um, be a part of some kind of contest where you sang in front of people or you talked in front of people, and then later on it's because that was your first step of speaking in public, so you would become a public speaker down the road, something like that. There's a connection. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, like there's a connection there. Maybe you're not going to be a singer, but you're going to be somebody who is going to be a speaker, you see. But you were supposed to have that experience where you would stand up in front of everybody, perform in front of everybody. You were meant to have these experiences. And this is the thing. Spirit needs you to go ahead and start exploring the things that you've never got a chance to do. And work on those things, because you need to go through those things before you can get stepped up into the next level of where you are meant to be. You see? So you have to go through that. So I don't know why I'm thinking skateboard. Um, that might be significant for somebody. Okay, something about skateboard. Maybe you've always wanted to try to skateboard. I don't know, but maybe a skateboard or a bicycle might have something to do with this. Okay, and you might not even see the connection. That's the thing. The things that you missed out on, you might not even see the connection between those things and what it is that you're meant to be or do in the future. And maybe we're not meant to understand every little thing. That's what I'm saying. So, maybe it is meant for you to learn how to ride a bicycle, and then you will become a public speaker, something like that. And you don't see the connection. I don't see the connection either, but I'm being guided to tell you this. So that's why I'm telling you. You might not see the connection. I might not never see the connection, but spirit knows the connection. There's a connection there, even though they both appear to be not related to us. Okay, so even if it's something like you finally learning how to drive a boat to go fishing, right? Go deep sea fishing, something that you've always wanted to do, never got a chance to do it, and Spirit is saying, go do it. And you're thinking, what does that have to do with me doing this later on, right? There might not seem to be that connection, but go do it anyways because there is a connection. Okay? That's the point. There is a connection. So the things that you've always wanted to do, Spirit wants you to go experience them, to start working and experiencing these things. So whatever it is that you feel like you have lost out on, to start retrieving those things back into your life. Even if it's late, because it's better than, to be late than never, right? So even if it's late or you feel like, you're too late for this, Spirit wants you to go ahead and work on it. Okay? Now, I'm not saying to do something crazy without taking precautions. No, always take precautions, guys. Okay? Always take precautions, and this is from me, right? This is from me, not Spirit. This is from me. But just know that the things that you think that maybe you can't do because of your age or some kind of limits, it's more in your mind than anything else. And that's what I'm understanding here. It's more in your mind than anything else. You've lost out on so much already. Now is the time to get all that back. And your spirit team, your ancestors are here to guide you through this. See, the thing is, Gemini, that you've been carrying this big load on your shoulders, and it's because you've been wanting somebody to know. You've been carrying it because you want spirit to see it. You want them to know who is it that did this to you, right? Your body, I'm not saying that you're doing this consciously. You're not. But you are doing it unconsciously, and it's like you want spirit to know who did this to you. You're carrying it in your body because you want it's your body's way of telling. It's like, a child, right? When something happens to them, what's the first thing they do? They want to go tell their parent, right? You're carrying this because you want to take it to spirit. That's your parent. You see? You want to take it, you want them to see who did this to you. That's why you're carrying it. You're not doing it consciously. No, consciously, you're trying to get better. You're working on yourself. You possibly are reading, what is it called? Improvement books and things like that. You're doing everything that you feel is right, everything that you can learn, but you still are carrying that big weight on you, right? Because you want spirit to know, this is what happened. It's your way of telling this is what's happened, right? We all have that inside of us, right? We all have that need to tell somebody when somebody has done us wrong or some traumatic event has happened to us. We all have that inside us where we want to say it. Even when we can't say it, even when we don't know the words to say it, we still want it to come out. We want somebody to know about it, and then we have to wait until we learn to say the words for it. And I'm talking to somebody who has experienced this. Like when it happened, you didn't know the words for it, and as you grow up, you start learning the words to explain what this huge weight is, and why you're still carrying it with you, right? Well, the thing is, Spirit is here, and Spirit is saying it's okay to let it go now. It's okay. He's going to carry it for you now. It'll be there if you want it back. You see, if you still want to carry it and you still want to make sure it's there, Spirit wants you to know he's going to walk with you. He's going to hold it so you can go ahead and play. You can go ahead and experience life, do things. It's okay. It's always going to be there, and he knows, he sees it. You see? Hope I'm explaining this correctly, but that's what I'm getting from this. I'm hearing that there's somebody here who has never styled their hair. Maybe you have never had a professional style your hair. Okay? Maybe because you didn't have the money for it, you know? And if you don't have the money for it now, that's fine. But to go ahead and cut your hair, not a lot, cut like 1 inch, and then stay with it for a few days. Make sure you like it before you continue. If you do this, then you won't have to go to somebody to style your hair. You will learn how to style your own hair. See, the universe has given you the tools that you need to accomplish the things that you need to accomplish to become who you're going to be, right? Spirit has already created this for you. There's a platform, YouTube, and there's other platforms that can show you step by step of how to do things. And cutting your hair is one of them. Maybe you have never got a chance to like express yourself in that way. Cutting your hair, if you're a female or a male, could be a form of expression. You know, every child, and I know does. I know you might be confused because you might be like 60 years old, and I'm telling you, every child. You see, this is like a part of your growing that you never got to experience, and that part of expressing yourself. See, while other children were expressing themselves at 10, 11, 13, 15, you were carrying this huge load on you. You never got to learn how to express yourself. You see? And it's a rite of passage. Everybody has that rite of passage to become who they're supposed to be. We have to learn to go through that period where we start expressing ourselves. When you think about it, we see people in high school. There's the punks, there's the emos, I think they're called, right? There's the preppers, there's the what are they called? People who are in sports and stuff, right? The people who are, I don't like the word nerds, but I'm not going to say nerds. The people who are very intellectual, right? Everybody finds their way, the way they express themselves, the way that they show who they are as a person, right? You see what I'm saying? Everybody starts the way that they dress, right? How we see the people who are very smart, right? What do? We categorize them as people who always have pens in their pockets. They always have a belt on. You know what I mean? They're always dressed in a certain kind of way. Um, People who are popular, we see them dressed a certain kind of way, right? You miss that whole step in your life. Something happened, something disrupted it, right? You didn't get to learn to express yourself. So, maybe you just wore t-shirts and jeans. You never really got a chance to find out who you were as a person. And Spirit is saying, it's okay to do it now. Go ahead. Just make sure it's nothing that's permanent. Okay? As long as it's not permanent, it's okay to do it. Hair will grow back. Your nails, you can grow them, you can cut them. You see? You can cut your mustache. You can groom yourself, right? You could get hair extensions on your head, right? As long as it's not permanent, right? A permanent is like a tattoo, surgery. Those are permanent things. Cosmetic surgery, tattoos. That's all I can think of, right? Contacts, you could take them out. It's not permanent. Cutting your hair, it's not permanent. You see? Changing your style of clothes, it's not permanent. Spirit is saying that you need to go through this to learn who you are, to start expressing yourself, because it looks like, you look at other people, and there might be people out there that you admire, and there's a part of you that wishes you could do that, right? But it's like you hold yourself back because you feel like you don't have the energy to do that because you're carrying this huge load on you. You see? Do you understand? Like, you can't do that. You don't have the energy to do that, Gemini, because you're still carrying this load, right? This is why Spirit's saying it's okay. He's going to hold the load. You go ahead and go through this experience. You need to go through this experience, okay? And let me tell you something. It takes the same amount of energy to put on a pretty dress or a pretty nice, nice clothes, right? It takes the same amount of energy to put on nice clothes as it does to put on t-shirt and a jeans, right? Because if you're going to put on some slacks, you put one leg in through the holes at the same time, you pull them up, you zip it up, you button yourself. Same thing that you do with jeans, right? You're going to put a belt on, it's the same thing. You see what I'm saying? You're going to put a shirt on, same thing, right? If you're going to put a dress on, same thing. It takes just as much time to put on something that is very nice as it does to put on something that you would just wear around the house, right? So, Spirit wants you to start thinking of it like that. It doesn't take a whole lot of time, but it does take some effort, little effort. And to start taking those little steps of putting those little efforts in every day of who you want to be, right? Say if you have always been overweight, then take little steps, maybe, fast for 3 hours a day or 4 hours or whatever it is, right? And work your way up until you can fast for a whole day, right? Of course, you're going to drink water, right? When you fast, you want to drink water so you could get all the toxins out of your body, right? Cutting your hair, cut an inch off because if it's something that you've never done for yourself, then do it slowly, right? That's what Spirit is saying. So I'm just using this as examples, guys. You do it however way you want, right? Cutting your hair, you never done it before, cut off an inch. Don't go and cut off a huge amount, or don't go starve yourself for a week. You don't want to do something extreme, but what you want to do is take it in baby steps so you can control the process, so you can learn through the process. This is why I'm saying cut an inch at a time. Cut an inch, and you'll remember how you cut the hair. This way, down the road, in a month, 2 months, you keep messing with your hair, you're going to figure out how you like it, how it fits your face perfectly. And before you know it, you won't need to go to a stylist, and you will lose that mindset that in order for you to have nice hair, you have to have a lot of money. You don't. You could do it yourself. You see? You can learn how to do it yourself. You can learn to dye your hair yourself. You can style your hair yourself. There's certain things you can't, like maybe putting a perm. You're gonna need help for that. But if you're creative, you could figure out how to do it yourself, right? This is what Spirit wants you to work on, Gemini. Work in these ways slowly to how you want to be. Okay, it doesn't take a lot of money. You could find nice clothes at thrift stores that are very nice, inexpensive, right? Or it might cost just a little bit more than you normally would spend, right? Something like that. But do start working in that direction. The point about this is that when you get to where you're supposed to be, you're going to have a lot of people coming to challenge you. You're going to have people who are going to want to trick you, trip you, people who will do anything to pull you down, right? But your foundation needs to be strong. This is why Spirit is saying now is the time to do it. If you've always wanted to ride on a carousel, go do it. If you have always wanted to ride on a train, go do it. If you have always wanted to go to a museum, go do it. Whatever it is, right? Go ahead and go do it. Now's the time to do these experiences or have these experiences or do the things you've always wanted to do, okay? Anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get out of this. This is a message for somebody here. I feel like it's more than one of you, that's for sure. I feel like it's one is a male and one's a female, okay? This is what Spirit wants you to work on. This is your homework from Spirit. That's how I'm feeling from this message. This is your homework. Anyways, guys, catch me in the next one. I hope this helps you. I more likely will be spitting out another reading for you. I don't know. Well, I wasn't intending to. I wasn't really intending to do this, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it anyways because I'm being called to. So let me go ahead and give you out a number here for Gemini Spirit. There it is. It says 888. It says, as you focus on all the wonderful things that surround you. See, I feel like Spirit wants you to pay attention to these things. Because when you're carrying this huge load, you're stuck in survival mode. You can't see them, you know? Yes, your eyes recognizes it, but you really can't enjoy it. There's a difference, okay? Um, It says you're clearing the path for more positive energy to flow into all areas of your life and creating a place for abundance. I am abundant. So do put that in the comment section. That's what came out for you. I am abundant. All right, Gemini, thank you for being here. Catch me in the next one. Guys, if you would like to donate to my channel, the information will be in the description. And I would like to thank everybody that has already donated. It's greatly appreciated, guys. Y'all take care. Catch me in the next one. Bye, guys.